Elon Musk is making 3 absolutely massive bets right now, and honestly, they might be the most important business decisions happening on the planet. We're talking about Tesla, SpaceX, and his AI company xAI, but here's the thing. They're not just separate companies doing their own thing, they're all connected together in this wild master plan. And before we dive in, I need to tell you, this gets pretty mind-blowing. In this video, we're breaking down Elon's 3-part strategy that could literally reshape how humans live. We'll cover why he thinks robots will make everyone rich, why energy is the real battle in AI, and why he's planning to put computers in space. I know that sounds crazy, but stay with me because when you see how these pieces fit together, it actually makes perfect sense. Let's jump into part 1. The problem. Right now, everything you buy costs money because someone had to make it. Workers get paid, companies charge more, and that's just how it works. But here's what Elon sees coming. A world filled with humanoid robots doing most of the work. He's not just talking about a few robots in factories. He thinks Optimus robots will be everywhere, bigger than cell phones, bigger than anything we've seen before, and when that happens, something wild will occur with prices. Here's how it works. Think about making a chair. Right now, you pay for the wood, the person who cuts it, the person who assembles it, the distributor, and the person who delivers it. But what if a robot does all the labor? Then you only pay for the wood. And what if robots harvest the wood too? Then even that gets cheaper. And Elon calls this good deflation, where everything just keeps getting cheaper and cheaper because robots are doing the work. Now here's where it gets really interesting for businesses. Let's say you run a massive company like Walmart. You've got workers on multiple shifts throughout the day. One Optimus robot can work way longer hours than any human, basically running all day with just a few hours for charging. It can do the work of multiple employees because it never needs to go home. That's massive savings per robot over time, with just one robot replacing a few workers. Now imagine replacing even a small fraction of your workforce with robots. The savings are absolutely enormous, but there's more hidden savings. Robots don't quit. Big retailers have insane turnover. They're constantly hiring and training new people. Every single hire costs money to recruit, onboard, and train. With robots, the entire problem disappears. Robots also don't need health insurance, lunch breaks, parking spaces, bathroom breaks, maternity leave, drug tests, less drama with other employees, less cigarette breaks, no calling in sick. They just work. So here's the scary part for companies. This isn't about making more profit. It's about survival. If your competitor buys robots and cuts their costs in half and you don't, you're finished. They'll undercut your prices and take all your customers. But robots need something to work. They need intelligence, they need AI, and right now, there's a massive war happening over AI that most people don't even know about. Most people think the AI race is about having the most powerful computers. They're wrong. The real battle, energy. Here's what's actually happening. Companies want to build massive data centers full of AI computers, but there's a problem. The electrical grid can't handle it. In America, if you want to plug in a huge new data center, you have to wait in line. You need approval from the power company, you need to build substations, and you need agreements with utilities. As Elon puts it, the war has already shifted from who has the most GPUs to who can actually turn them on. You could have the world's best AI computer sitting in a warehouse, but if you can't plug it in, it's just an expensive paperweight. So here's Elon's solution, and it's genius. Remember how we said Elon's 3 companies connected? Well, here's where Tesla comes in. Tesla makes huge battery packs called megapacks. xAI takes those batteries and puts them right next to their data centers. Now they can do this. Pull electricity from the grid during the night when it's cheap and available, store it in batteries, use that stored battery during the day for AI training. It's like having a giant battery bank that lets you skip the line. And why does this matter? Running AI is basically converting electricity into intelligence. If you can get cheaper electricity, you can make cheaper AI. Your costs go down, your margins go up. Plus, AI training uses insane amounts of power all at once. The grid fluctuates throughout the day and batteries can smooth that out. So the global picture, Elon recently announced xAI is building a massive 500 megawatt data center in Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, China is building AI centers super fast because they don't have all the regulatory delays that America has. So Elon's warning is clear. The country that solves the energy problem first wins the AI race. But even solving Earth's energy problem isn't enough because Elon's thinking way bigger than just Earth. This is where things get really wild. Here's the basic problem. The sun produces an enormous amount of energy. The Earth only receives a tiny fraction of it, about 2.2 billionth. That's still far more than we use today, but Elon Musk believes that in future, especially with the rapid growth of AI, humanity could need hundreds or even millions of times more energy than Earth's surface can realistically provide with solar panels. His solution: build massive massive solar farms in space where the sun shines 24/7 with no night or clouds, and use that unlimited clean energy to power the next generation of super powerful computers. These space data centers collect massive amounts of solar energy and run AI computers. They then beam the results back to satellites closer to Earth so we can use them without delay. So here's the obvious question. How do you build massive data centers in space? This is where SpaceX comes in. You need rockets, lots of them. You need to lift millions of tons of equipment into space. Elon did call this the largest project Earth has ever seen, and it will cost a hell of a lot of money. But the value, basically infinite. You have almost unlimited energy and unlimited computing power. So I know what you're thinking, this sounds a bit like science fiction and a bit far-fetched. Maybe, but Elon's got a track record of putting rockets in space and landing them back. He's already doing things that most people said was impossible. But all three of these giant bets, robots, energy, and space, they all depend on one thing Elon's been building for years. And this might be the most important piece of it all. Tesla building its own chips. Most companies don't do this. They buy chips from Nvidia, which TSMC has built, and they take what they can get. Tesla designs its own chips from scratch, and they design the chip and the software at the same time. So think of it like this. Imagine you're building a race car. Most teams buy an engine from one company and a transmission from another, trying to make them work together. Tesla builds both engine and transmission together, specifically designed to work as one perfect system. But this next bit is super important. Tesla's current AI chip, AI4, can process 1 million pixels of video in 1 millisecond. That's 1/1000th of a second. A human takes about 200 to 250 milliseconds to see and recognize something. So do the math. Tesla's system is 100 to 300 times faster than a human. It sees in 360 degrees all at once and understands everything happening around the car before a human can even blink. And why does this matter? This speed advantage works for self-driving cars, which need to react instantly, robots, which need to see and move in the real world, and AI training, which needs to process massive amounts of data. And Tesla has the scale. Tesla's already built millions of these AI chips and put them in cars on the road. They're on version AI4, designing AI5, and starting AI6. And Elon has got a pretty big prediction. He said Tesla will eventually build more AI chips than all other AI chip makers combined. So the bigger picture behind all of this, legacy car companies can't catch up. They don't have chip design teams. They don't have the software teams working together. They don't have millions of cars on the road collecting data already. And Elon even said recently he's tried to license Tesla's self-driving technology to other car companies, and they basically said, maybe we'll do it in a small test in 5 years. Now it's too late. The gap is too big. As one Tesla engineer put it, the only way traditional car companies survive is by making cars for companies like Tesla or by making way fewer cars. So let's bring this all together. Elon is building this. 1. Robots that will transform labor and make everything cheaper. 2. An energy solution that lets AI companies actually use their computers. 3. A long-term plan to put AI in space for unlimited energy. And it all runs on Tesla's custom AI chips that are faster and cheaper than anyone else's. The robots need those chips to see and move. The data centers need those chips to train AI. Space computers will need those chips too. It's all in one connected system. Each piece makes the other piece more valuable. So this is my take. This either works and Elon builds 3 of the most valuable companies in history, or it's the most expensive failure ever. But here's what I do know. He's the only person actually building all 3 pieces of the puzzle at the same time. Everyone else is focused on just one part. Time will tell if the bet pays off. What do you think? Is this genius or crazy? YouTube isn't just entertainment. It's one of the best client acquisition tools because it builds trust at scale. We've helped businesses grow from scratch to a $100,000 a month just by launching them a YouTube channel. Book a call with me below and let's see how YouTube could help your business scale.